don't ask me. Ask my guest this morning. Olubenga Sunday is a convener of Hotel Managers Conference Africa. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you.
We also have with us here Kehinde Daniel, CEO, Court Secretary. Thank you for your time. As well as Adedayo Adesuba, who is the Vice President, Association of Tourism and Hospitality Consultants in Nigeria. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let me begin with you. What's this Hotel Managers Conference Africa about? To increase costs?
Not at all, far from it.
Okay, just say.
The vision was conceived in 2016, and what drive the vision was the gap we noticed between international brands and local brands across Africa within hospitality space. We found out that with what I see practically as a practitioner, I found out that the way they do their things in branded hotels, it's quite different from what we do locally in terms of standard operations, staffing, even the salaries and all that. You see a whole lot of gap. And I'm asking myself, are we going to leave this gap like this? We can't have all the branded hotels everywhere. We can't have because we know the cost of a branded hotel. So the gap is so wide that I began to think, what do we need to do as a practitioner to at least keep the gap in a very short range? I'm asking myself, the same person that is working in XYZ hotels, a local brand, that same person is not that productive. Take him to a branded hotels, international chains hotel. He's behaving differently from the way he's behaving in the local brand. You tell him to stand like this now in a local brand, he will tell you reason why he cannot stand. But take him to a branded hotel. So there's a whole lot. Maintenance, the facility management, the staffing, the customer service, the product of their services, the procedures and all that. So I saw that gap and I was like, no, let's have a conference yearly that will put hotel managers together. And here I'm talking about hotel owners, hotel general managers, hotel supervisors, leaders within the space, the consultants, even to the restaurants, to the bar, to the lounges, within hospitality space. Let's come together once in a year and have deliberations on how we can at least bridge the gap between the branded hotels and the local brands, because we are in the same market.
Well, is it about branded hotels for you as well, Mr. Daniel? Because I'm sure that he's miffed. But that's one.
For me, the Hotel Managers Conference, from day one when I heard about it, I jumped on the wagon and I said, whatever you need. Again, the Hotel Managers Conference is a platform for not just hotels, but also for people in the hospitality space. There are different areas that you can look into in terms of, there's industrial catering, there's marine, aviation, but we're all in the hospitality space. Moreover, when you look at a hotel, there's certain things that the hotel has that all of these other sectors have within the hospitality space. So for me, I'm like, this is fantastic. And we learn from one another. So I'm here to give Olubenga my all in all.
Well, Mr. Adeshuga, some will wonder, just as he said, it's the same Nigerian managers that work in the international brands, that work in the local brands. So can we really bridge the gap?
Well, surely we can bridge the gap, or the gaps, because it primarily has to do with the mentality which we can adjust. It's about a paradigm shift. And that paradigm shift is very, very possible if you, first and foremost, we have an understanding of the challenges that we have, because primarily it's philosophical. And of course, it's also evolutionary, we've really not evolved in terms of our culture. So it been a culture thing, because hospitality practice is not, contemporary hospitality practice is really not African. It wasn't designed by us. So when we're looking at it from a cultural perspective, we can definitely begin to evolve in our culture for us to be able to say, okay, we can meet those standards and establish them in the mentalities of our practitioners.
Would you say that all practitioners are agreed on that? Because there are some of them who will be wondering, what difference is it going to make?
Well, most certainly they don't all agree. But what we're discovering through, platforms like HMC, is that when we give them the holistic, give them a perspective and make it more clear, they want to migrate from where they are to where they're supposed to be. Because the truth is that now it touches their pockets. And when it becomes a pocket profitable thing, and they see that if you run your hotel looking at these standards and looking at the primary parameters, you're going to make XYZ profit above that which you'll be making if you run it in another way. So the economy is really beginning to get to them for them to begin to concede in doing it properly.
So, Mr. Sunday, this started quite some time ago, and we're here today. What are the things that you would point out as the achievements or the revelations? In what ways would you say people's eyes have been opened, or even your own eyes have been opened to the realities?
Thank you very much. One of the things I've noticed over the years, now, initially before we started, we found out that we don't really have much awareness when it comes to training and human capital development. We have people that they don't even understand what it means to be hotel managers. You go to one hotel, you are asking, are you the manager? Because it's actually putting on a bathroom slippers. While on duty, it's not properly dressed, not properly shaved. So we now have that, over the years, we now have that awareness that people are beginning to take training serious. People are beginning to take human capital development serious. People are beginning to understand the need to come together once in a year as we do Hotel Managers Conference. And what we did, we started from the South. We held the first one, the first 3 editions in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, and the 4th edition was held in River State. So we moved to the Southeast, Owerri, and that was the last edition that recorded 274 hotel managers from 24 states in Nigeria, 5 countries in the world. So it's been incredible. We have a WhatsApp group we have to create as a family, Hotel Managers Conference Africa. And today we are sold out. We have to create extension because we have people joining us from Kenya, from Uganda, from Botswana, Tanzania, Cameroon, and all that, all over African countries. So it's been a movement that we need to say, no, we can't do it the way we used to do it. That people will check into our hotels and we don't take it serious from their arrival to the check-in to when they are staying with us to the checking out. So we begin to now, there's this awareness, and we love all our leaders, all our associations. They've been with us. Like, let's do this. Let's fix our industry. Nobody else will fix this industry for us. You can imagine you paying about 60,000 naira to check into a hotel, but you get in there, there's no towel. So there's no intentionality when it comes to running of hotels. And hotel, it's about service. So it's a whole lot. So what we have done so far, we've have that awareness. Like, no, it can be business as usual if we need to remain in business.
Okay. Well, madam, for you, what stands out? Because people have perspectives and they own their perspectives. In all of this conversation, what stands out the most for you? Yes, the food is important. Oh, God, it is very important. A number of people will remember that they had to buy a plate of Indomie for like 2,000 naira. What stands out for you, madam?
Sometimes Okay. I'm going to be a bit brutally honest. What stands out for me, no matter what you do, you mention food, you need to look at the safety of that food that you are eating. You need to look at the health and safety of the environment in which you are in. Now, if you understand those standards, which are global, you will be matching the international brands. And what HMC is all about is this standard that, okay, there's training, there's networking, there's certifications, and those sort of things. That's the area that really appeals to me. And I've spoken to Binga about it, that, look, we need to push these things. You walk into a hotel, unbranded hotel, and the way you're being served, you're looking at the tablecloth, and you can tell that there are issues here. Or you walk into a room and it smells musty. It's like they are not opening the rooms. They're not cleaning the rooms properly. Whether or not there's a guest in the room, you have to clean the rooms. How do you clean the rooms? What do you use? What kind of agents do you use? It's not just I pick something off. Most of the time when you go to these places, you'll be smelling, you smell perfume, or the soaps are perfumed. If the room is clean, you don't need it, So these are the kind of things that stand out for me.
Okay. Well, Mr. Adesugba, before we go into the details of the conference, upgrading is costly.
Most definitely.
Now, you are a practitioner.
Yeah.
It might be easier for someone in Port Harcourt or Lagos or maybe Abuja, and maybe a handful of states here and there, to upgrade, even though it will be costly. But other states in the country, I'm not sure. So in terms of the cost, what would you say the hotel manager needs to benchmark against when they are considering that? Upgrading to the level of the vision that Mr. Sunday here has can be quite costly.
There's some things that we want to always educate about the hotel, which doesn't necessarily, result in high cost and things like that. The simple things, primarily the training of the staff, because there's a need for brand integrity. If you're offering a room, there's certain principles that govern what kind of room it is. And you don't need to spend so much, in having a clean room. A clean room, like she said, the linen, the bed sheet is clean, the towels are clean. You don't need so much money to maintain, a good environment, a clean environment. Because first and foremost, it has to do with the cleanliness. The five senses have to be, involved in the process. Okay. It has to be clean, and it has to be, a good product that you're paying for.
I guess it's a long conversation. Yeah. This is hopefully part of what you'll be talking about at the conference. Yes. So give us the details of the conference, Mr. Venue, date, time, and all of that.
So, interestingly, this is our first time in Lagos.
Oh.
We are doing 6th edition in Lagos. We'll be using Lagos Continental in Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. We'll be using the African Grand Ballroom, the biggest hall within Lagos Continental. Lagos Continental is the tallest hotel building in West Africa. They have 23 floors. And the venue is right there in the 3rd floor. The theme for this year's conference is innovative strategies. We are nurturing resilience and excellence in guest experience in African hospitality. And we have our speakers from all over. We have speakers from Kenya. We have speakers within
These
Nigeria.
Are your speakers on the screen?
We have our guest speakers. We have
These are your speakers on the screen?
We have Ka Ala, the keynote speaker. We have Bayo of Waka Now. We have Femi Falibita, is the regional chairman of the IOH, and we have a couple of them. We have Dr. Michael Pinda of GS Signature Hotels in Port Harcourt, and I will be speaking to anyway.
Okay.
We have Justina Hovat, is our curators and all that. So we have a whole lot of people coming, and our daddy here.
Is it a paid event?
Yes, a paid event.
Okay.
It's a paid event.
So how much am I? Okay, I can see the costs are already on the screen for people to be able to. What are the benefits? What am I going to get for paying so much?
Yes, it's going to be a 5-star catering. We are going to be having food, number one, which is very important, tea break, lunch, and we have an award night. We have Hotel Managers Award, and the night is going to be on Sunday, July 14, and we have a buffet dinner for that. And we all know the cost of a 5-star catering. Then we have the conference materials. All our discussions throughout the conference will be packaged together for each participant. And we have certificate that is recognized internationally that as a participant, certificate of training of Hotel Managers Conference Africa. And we will, a whole lot of networking is there. We have exhibitions. You have a lot of business deals within the conference because we have exhibitors coming.
Okay.
So we have our sponsors and all that.
Okay. So it's a 2-day event?
Yes, 2 days.
When then? What days?
July 13 and 14.
That's about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks from now.
2 weeks time.
Interesting. Okay, training, workshop, panel discussion, B2B networking. Who are the people that can attend?
Okay. This very conference is for hotel owners, those that are really involved in managing their hotels, hotel consultants, hotel GMs, general managers, the supervisor. Then we have people that are actually interested in the sector. We have educationists coming in to see and all that. So, and this is not just about hotel, the restaurants, the club, the lounges, because we are all hospitality. We are a subsector of tourism. So, because everything we are discussing there is about service, it's about standard, it's about operations. So, all this chain, they need to be there. Those that run apartment too, they should be there. Those that run resorts, they should be there because we are all dealing with guests. And the theme for this year edition is innovative strategies, nurturing resilience and excellence in guest experience in African tourism.
Madam, what are you looking forward to in this conference?
Again, I'm looking at how people respond to the workshops that are being created for, that we're going to have, how they can, apart from what they do, how can I better myself as a person, how the hotel owners or the owners of these hotels, how they buy into this conference and the trainings, because as we speak, it's not that we don't have hospitality schools here, but when you're looking at trainings, it's continuous. A lot of people leave one industry and come into the hospitality industry without having any kind of training. Now, these are the sort of places you will get that kind of training to bring you to par.
Well, in 30 seconds, Mr. Adesugba, what would you be telling your fellow tourism and hospitality consultants right now about this conference?
Hospitality is trending. We are second-generation hospitality practitioners in Nigeria, and we are on our way out. For us, HMC is a legacy project. HMC defines where we've gotten to in hotel practice in Nigeria. And it also grants us the ability to see where we're going. So I'll be telling them that this is serious business. We want to make a statement. So we want all of them to have their hands on deck.
Absolutely. Adedayo Adesugba, Vice President, Association of Tourism and Hospitality Consultants in Nigeria. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Kehinde Daniel, CEO of Courts Catering. Appreciate your time. As well as Olugbenga Sunday, convener of Hotel Managers Conference Africa. Thank you for being here today. And good luck with the conference.
Thank you.
All right. We're back right after now for another interesting conversation. Please stay with us.